What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity on the HermitCraft server. Yeah, guys. So, I just broke all of my bones in my body, I think. So last episode, we were setting up these portals and stuff at the end of the episode. F5. That's the one I want. F1, F3, too many F keys. Yeah, we were setting up these portals at the end of the last episode, and I did go ahead and I moved them back one block. So there is like a little bit of the portal you can see now, but yeah, it's very, very much hidden. I think it looks pretty cool. So I pretty much put these portals in every spot that we can have one. Like, I put the portal frame here, but since there isn't our fifth dome over this direction, we don't have a book in it. But the way these are set up is I put the book receptacle on top. I would have liked to put them on the bottom. However, you cannot put the book receptacle on the bottom, not on this side. I think maybe if we remove this block right here, we could put it right there, but then we would see it. I thought maybe if I put another crystal block directly below here and put the book receptacle like facing this direction, it would work. Nope, it didn't. The only place I could put it where it looked decent was right here on the top. I guess we could put it on the sides or something, but yeah, I elected for the top. So we have these books and these portals and everywhere that we need them, which is pretty cool. So it's a lot faster transport between all the different areas of the base. And as you see right there, as I went through that one, it kind of pointed me in a different direction towards that other portal. Yeah, the way that these books work, whichever way you're facing is the way that you, whichever way you're facing when you create the book is the way you face when you go through that particular portal, which is pretty cool. So I'm able to kind of like just run forward without my hand off the mouse, so I don't have to touch anything, and I can basically run around my whole base like this, which is really cool. I like that. Whoop, I think we got a lag spike. Okay, yeah, little lag spike. So some things that I want to look at today. This room, this is our Applied Energistics room, as I'm sure most of you are aware. By the way, guys, those of you who are watching this on desktop or a non-mobile device should be seeing this in the proper 1080p 60 FPS. I figured out what I've been doing wrong, and even though the video said it was 1080p 60 before, it's actually 30 FPS. It lied to me, it lied to you. But now we're in proper 1080p 60. Woohoo! Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to what we're doing here. So this is our Applied Energistics room. And there's some things that still need to be taken care of here. Like, we got our crystal growth accelerator, which still needs to be automated. We got this monstrosity here, which still needs a proper place in like the processing room. This set of drives is not ever been fully installed, so that needs to be taken care of. The main thing I want to look at today, though, is this right back here. This is horrible. This is kind of like me figuring out Applied Energistics and sticking things where they made sense at the time, but now that we get all this stuff together, it doesn't make sense. And one of the things that is a problem with this was last episode, I was trying to use an export bus to send items back through a tesseract to our processing room. And we kept losing like 100,000 iron and 50,000 copper and this and that. Like, we couldn't figure out where it was, or at least I couldn't figure it out. The problem was, and I didn't realize this at the time, I didn't have this dense cable here, by the way, so it was just this cable touching the controller right there. What I didn't realize at the time is we have, I can't really see here, this is another problem. I want to make it so I can walk around and see things more easily. Anyway, we have these 6 drives plus this storage bus all on this one cable. And then we put the storage bus here, so that's all 8 channels. And then I tried putting an export bus on there on top of it, and it just was freaking out. I was under the impression when I set this up that this cable came over here into like a storage bus, and this guy was like on its own sub-network, which is not the case. So it was definitely a channel problem, and it was my fault for not realizing that. But, yep, I was able to solve it. I just stuck an ME dense cable here to give us a few extra channels and things like that. And yeah, we got all of the ores sent over to our processing room, I do believe. Yeah, we still got like these dense ores and things to worry about, the ferrous ores. But yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of ingots now. Everything's being processed over in our processing room. Let's actually head over there real quick. I am curious on what's happening over here. Let's just take a look. How are we doing on stuff? Okay, this looks pretty good. Yeah, it's still processing different things. Things are still getting smelted and pulverized. I did send my nether quartz over here, and I have this being pulverized as well, so we are automatically collecting nether quartz, which is good. So everything is all good over on this side. I guess we should look over here again. I kind of want to show you guys underneath this thing right here. Yeah, so this is like really clean with the wiring. We have the ME controller directly in the center of like this walkway where we enter in. That's what I want the other one to look like. We have the controller right here in the very center. I might even make it 3 blocks wide. You can make these controllers multi-block structures. I might look at doing that, but I want it to be a lot more clean, a lot more simplified than what we have it right now. It's pretty much a big mess, and I definitely want to get that cleaned up. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some time here. I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to start moving some wires around and try and make this look a little bit more clean. Other things like the security terminal, like we have these little spots right here that aren't being used for anything. We got one on this side and one on the other side. We can put like the security terminal and other random things like the trash can for the netherrack right in this corner. I think that'll make more sense. All right, let me go ahead and make a cut, get some things going here, guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so things look neat and nice, so I know where things are and we won't run into channel problems again, so this is what we got. Looks much better. So I made it 3 controllers wide. So this is a multi-block structure, and I believe you can make these like 7 by 7 by 7 tall, and it's like a hollow outline of a cube or whatever. But yeah, this is what we ended up with. So behind, it looks still kind of messy. I might work on this a little bit. I really don't know what else we can do here to clean this up much. But yeah, we got our controller here. That's our energy acceptor. We have a test rack. This is where we're sending the power, and we're receiving items into our ME system, into this ME interface. But pretty much everything back here is the same. Underneath the controller here, we got 3 P2P tunnels. This one right here is running all of our auto crafting on this side. This one right here is running all of the auto crafting on that side. And finally, this middle one right here, this is new. This runs along the same line, and that comes over here to these corners, and that provides another 32 channels to this side and this side. So if we need to add more tesseracts to send items somewhere, whatever, we can just add them in right here and everything's good. We got plenty of channels for that already set up. So the security system and the wireless have now been moved over here. Our trash can that is trashing netherrack is right there. Our storage bus that's sending all of our different ores over to our processing room is here. And finally, we have an export bus for yellow rum. Yeah, it goes to the big reactor. This goes to our yellorium, not yellow rum, yellorium. That goes to our big reactor when that gets turned on. So I've been trying to keep these wires separated using these cable anchors. For something like this, it's not really necessary. We have 32 channels, and then each one of these can be 8. So even if they do connect, we're only using 3 channels. So I just did that just to make them look more separated and a little bit more tidy. Did the same thing right here, just to keep these separated. I am using these hollow laboratory block covers just to kind of fill in the gaps a little bit. As far as our main storage goes, we got the cables coming down, and then the interfaces and storage buses are all underneath, so it's all hidden. So all we got is just these little things of cables poking up out of the ground for each one of our banks of 6, or whatever these are, the ME drives, yeah. At the very end over here, this is where we're keeping all of our stone, our 60 million thereabouts stone, just on that deep storage unit with the storage bus. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. I like the way this has turned out. It's a lot cleaner than it was before, which is great. It'll make like figuring things out that much easier. So yeah, we can see right here, this is where our storage buses are and the ME interfaces. This goes up to the drives up there. So yeah, those are all hanging out under under the floor. We can kind of see them from the walkways and stuff, but not really that big of a deal. This is where the 3 P2Ps come down. They go along this cable right here, and they split off underneath like they've always done. And this is where I am splitting off for these P2Ps along those corners. The wireless one is right over here. Yeah, our security terminal's right up there. So also splitting off of here, I have quartz fiber just so we can get some power, right? So that power comes over here, and then that's what's powering our storage buses and things like that. And also, this is the crystal growth accelerator cables. So we have this quartz line coming over here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but they go up to those crystal growth accelerators up there. This is our toggle bus, and we have the red net cable coming down here and running into a block, which turns that on and off. Also, I forgot to do this guy. I'm just trying to keep everything looking clean. There we go, perfect. We didn't need that extra connection there. So yeah, just moving things around, making everything look a lot more clean. Maybe going overboard on it a bit, but you know, messy wires really makes debugging things really difficult. And if you keep everything clean and simplified and everything in its place, it's really easy to figure out where you've done something wrong. So yeah, these are the crystal growth accelerators with that toggle bus. Then we flip the lever right here. That sends that redstone signal over there and turns these guys on. Yep, everything still works. So next thing that I want to take care of, I think I want to move our... Yeah, this is what we're doing for the auto processor processing. And yeah, we got this whole crazy thing going on in here. I know people say I can simplify this a little bit. I've actually simplified it since the last time I've shown this. This is automatically taking things out of this chest, smashing them and turning them into cells or whatever, or the processors from this one chest. I did simplify this a little bit. I probably can simplify it more, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on there. It works, so that's all I'm concerned about. So one thing I did want to look at, I think it's Steve's add-ons. Yeah, right here, a manager duplicator. This will allow us to copy the manager. I haven't done this yet, but that's what the point of this mod is, to copy a manager and move it to another location. That's why it's been sitting up there that entire time. It's because I programmed it, and then it's like, well, I don't want to have to reprogram it. So we can come in here, hopefully. Let's make one of these. And then this. I'm not sure how this works. You just right-click the thing. Shift right-click it. Let's try, I'm going to try shift right-clicking. Oh, it's glowing now. What does this do? Data stored from manager at... Okay. So we have to place down another manager, it looks like, in order to copy that. So let's make ourselves yet one more inventory manager. Perfect. Let's just see how this works. So if I set this guy down right here, right-click, nothing. If I right-click this, shift right-click, what did that do? Okay, so everything's here, but we got these red exclamation points. Yeah, this is saying there's something wrong because we obviously don't have that chest and these inventory cables and all of this stuff. So does this still have its information? It does. Okay, so that's pretty cool. What I can do is just like remove everything except for the manager, copy it, and then yeah, we can do that. That's going to be really, really awesome. All right, guys. So I tell you what, let me go ahead and tear this stuff down, try and put it over in our processing room, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I got the processor stuff hooked up over here, and I have put the inscribers, climb the ramp, over into this one. So we have our 4 different inscribers that have the 4 different presses in it. So we can make 1 diamond, 1 silicon, 1 pure Certus quartz, and 1 gold, the processor things at a time. So then I've added on another one that will just turn all those things into the actual processors. So yeah, we can make 2 different processors at a time right now with this setup. So we could do like a gold and a diamond. They would both go at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty cool. So the way this is set up back here, pretty compact setup really. So we just have the inventory cable running along the top just like this. We have our machine inventory manager right here. So it's the same exact thing. I was able to copy it over. I did change this variable. This is pointing at this ender chest right here. And I got an inventory cable right there. So everything's happy. In fact, I could probably put this ender chest just directly underneath the machine inventory manager. I had it like this because I was using the iron chest a moment ago. And you can't open the iron chest if it's like got a block above it. But I do think the ender chests do open. So yeah, we could have moved that over 1 more block and saved a little bit of space here. But yeah, I think this has turned out pretty cool. So the way this is going to work is we are going to have an interface, I think, over in the other Applied Energistics room, which will dump items into that chest. When items go into that ender chest, they all get put into here, and things start happening. So if we come back over to the main, go back over to the main Applied Energistics room. Yeah, the only problem is we won't be able to see this happening. Like, we won't see the mechanics of it unless we go over there. But I still think this will be pretty cool anyway. Let's just make, I don't know, 16 diamond. Let's grab some of that. Let's grab some of this. Okay, no, that's wrong. We need silicon. 16 silicon, perfect. So if we dump these into this ender chest, we should start seeing things happening here. Yep, it's making those items, and there's our processor. Perfect. This is what we want to see. So what we need to do is put an interface onto this ender chest that has the processing patterns or whatever. Forget what it is. It's when you, oh, it's processing pattern, I believe. So what we'd want is to put in the pattern for all the different things and tell that we're going to make a golden processor, or in this case, a diamond processor. Yep, let's go ahead and see if we can do this real quick. I've never done one of these before, so this is new. Let's see, if we do diamond, we'll do silicon and redstone. Whoa, redstone. Okay, so 1 redstone, 1 diamond, and 1, where's the silicon? There it is. 1 of that should equal 1 of these. In fact, we might even be able to do this smarter. If we say a stack of diamonds, a stack of that, and a stack of redstone. Can we click this in? Oh, we can't do that. Do we have the processors? Okay, that'll equal a stack of processors. I think we can do that. That way I'll do like a whole stack at a time every time. So let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, that creates 64 processors. Awesome. So we can go ahead and pick this guy up. We're going to need to make ourselves an interface. I have never done crafting like this in Applied Energistics 2. So this is brand new stuff for me. Let's grab a cable while we're here. We're going to need an import bus. Yeah, we're going to need import bus, and I think maybe acceleration. We'll add in the acceleration cards and things like that later. Let's go ahead and use the other side over here. Yeah, I think this will be a little bit better. We'll stick the chest right here. Do we want it right there? Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll do that. We'll put a cable here. And then we need to put... Let's see. We need import bus. No, we need the interface. So maybe we didn't need this cable down here, actually. Interface. I already had an interface on me, it looks like. So that'll put an interface here, and then we could put this pattern, I think, right there. Great. And then we can put an import bus on this side, like so. Put some cables, like that. I think that's all we need to do. We just need to give it the pattern and say only import certain things. So we want, no, engineering, these guys. We only want that to import these guys. So let's go and stick that there. Okay, I think we should be good. In fact, I could probably do it right here. So let's do engineering. We will say make 1. And we should see 64 of that stuff. Yeah, look at this. So we'll click start. Did not put it in the ender chest. Okay, guys. Well, I'm not sure why that didn't go into the ender chest at first. But I went through and I removed all of the engineering processors from our inventory here. From the ME system. So there was none in there. So I just told it to craft up a stack. I dumped in, it looks like a stack of everything in here, and it's doing everything we want it to do. So this looks like this is perfect. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the items kind of jump around a little bit as it does things. That's just a thing that Steve's Factory Manager does, and I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So if we look into our system here, we are now automatically getting engineering processors just by asking our system to auto craft them. So yeah, that's really, really cool. We can look at the crafting status here. Yeah, we got to craft 38 more of those. Awesome. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I do like this a lot. All right, let's go ahead and button this up. And I think it's time to move on to something else. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at our nether age here. It's been going for a little while. I'm kind of curious how much progress we've made here as far as collecting all of the nether quartz and this quarry. So yeah, we can see down here that we have a good portion of this turned into dirt. So that's pretty cool. I did go ahead and I dug up straight to the quarry from here. Whoop, get up here. Yeah, it's so weird seeing the nether like that. Now it's interesting, it is not mining out the bloodwood trees. I don't know why it would leave those like that. It should, at least I would have thought, that it should mine through all these blocks. And like these trees down here. Yeah, that's weird how the bloodwood kind of grew into the netherrack in this spot. Huh. Well, I can see right here that we haven't gone super far, but this is a pretty decent sized area. Let's get all the way up here to the quarry itself. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Where's the hole? There it is. Get up there. Awesome. Okay, so the quarry should still be going. Yeah, it is still mining. Actually, guys, I don't think I told you this. I did go ahead and just disable the instability of this age. It still is producing lightning, but it doesn't give you the poison damage when you go outside, which is just kind of silly anyway. So yeah, I went ahead and I disabled the instability of this age, so we can kind of get a good picture of what we've done so far. This is looking pretty cool. Now, one thing that I thought was interesting is whoa, we're getting gas. One thing I thought was interesting is when it makes these flowers down here, I think it makes some of these Botania ones. I could have sworn I saw Botania flowers down here before. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing any right now. Okay. But yeah, let's see. Where is it? Oh, it's right over here. This looks like where it's working. Yep. That's pretty awesome. So we are collecting a lot of this netherrack at a time. Yeah, this is going as fast as it did when we were doing the regular quarry and the quarry age. So, I would have thought... Whoop, lightning. I would have thought that it would have been a lot further than this by now. One thing I've noticed, though, is every once in a while when I log in, this age isn't loaded. So something's happened that's unloaded the quarry, and it just doesn't know to restart because it's unloaded. It's not unloaded chunk. So I might come back here and put a spot loader on top of the thing. Hey. Alright. You asked for it. You asked for it. So yeah, like I said, I might come back here and put a chunk loader on top of the quarry itself, just to make sure it always reloads. Where are we? Down here. Yeah, frozen. There we go. Yeah, I think just a little spot loader on top of this would make it go constantly all the time. But yeah, this is pretty cool seeing the nether turn into dirt like this. I really like that. Where's this one? Goodness, these guys won't leave me alone. Let's get out of here before they blow up my book. Alright guys, so it looks like we've reached pretty much the end of the video. There isn't a lot of time to do stuff that I need to do around here, and it's gotten pretty late. I've spent a lot of time tidying up all that wiring and moving machines around, debugging the Steve's Factory Manager stuff. I did that all off camera because, yeah, it's just looking at a screen and it's not very interesting. But yeah, I spent a lot of time and it is late, so I gotta end the video now. Alright guys, that's it for this episode of FTB Infinity. I hope you guys did like it. Yep, let me know what you think about the clean cables. Is that what you guys do at your base, or do you just kind of like leave everything all over the place and then never know how to fix problems with Applied Energistics? Because I know that's what I do when I'm lazy, but it's not good. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.